Hi everyone, Bree here, and I am just doing an unboxing of the Oracle of Great Mystics. I just received this particular deck today, so it does not actually come in shrink wrapping, but it does say new item on the box. So I'm assuming, this is how you know that it's a new item instead of getting it shrink wrapped. But it has 44 cards in it. So here's the top of the box. Here's the side of it, just so you can see. And then here's the other side. And then here is the back of it. And so this one has a magnetic side. And then when you open it, here's what the top of the magnetics side looks like. And then here's the top of the box. And then inside of it, here's a card that comes with it. And then here, I'll just flip it over. So, it just comes with the thank you card. And so, of course, on the top, there is the guidebook. Okay. And so I'm not going to go page for page, but it does have similar artwork to what is on the top. And I would probably peel that off myself just so that I don't have that on my box. And this is a very smooth surface. And here's kind of like what you can expect inside of the card, inside of the booklet. Oops, there we go. So I'm gonna just take that off the screen, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just take out the actual cards. So again, typically in my unboxing videos, I like to stay very neutral and just really show the cards and allow anyone to see what to expect and whether or not this is something they would genuinely want to add into their collection of card decks. So I'm just going to take off this paper here. Okay, so here we go. And I typically like to just take and show them from backwards to forwards. And so here is the artwork on the back of the cards. And then, I will say I'm noticing off rip that the cards with the shininess and like the way that they're made, they kind of want to stick together. So here is the first card. And the one thing I will say is that they don't seem to have any numbers on them. So perhaps like the book is probably just in alphabetical order. And I will say I do like anyone who has seen any of my other unboxing videos, I've shared one that this particular camera, I apologize, does not show the vividness or the true coloring. So this is a very vivid red. There's actually some orange and a brighter kind of yellow in the background. So again, I do apologize. Like this is a very like deep green, bright, vivid green instead of like this dull looking green. So I just would like anyone who is looking at this particular deck to realize like this is a very vivid, pretty green color. And unfortunately, this camera does not do the beauty of the color of the cards a lot of justice. But it is still giving you an idea of what to expect, but I'm pretty sure on Amazon, because this is where I did get this deck from, that you can see more of the vividness of the beauty of the color. I just like to show what to expect and like the fullness of the deck so that anyone who is choosing whether or not to add this deck into their collection just has had the opportunity to view and see what's on each card. But again, the color is not true. And I want everyone to just realize that there is a beauty in vivid coloring, which is something that I personally really enjoy when I have very vivid colors on my cards. So now I'm just going to go through from back to front. And so we're going from the end of the deck to the beginning of the deck. And I'm going to probably move a little bit quicker through the remainder of the deck than I did with the first few cards. And actually this card, this is more of a pink up in here. Um, most of this is like, for whatever reason on the camera, this is looking orange, but this is actually pink. And then you can see that red, but the person is actually pink and then has kind of like green around the hair, and actually the hair is actually more green than black. And I will have to play around with this camera, so I do apologize that this color isn't coming through. But what I want everybody to do, I will see if there's a way to work with this camera to have an actual accurate color depiction. But for the time, I think that this is a very pretty deck and offers a lot of different, forms that I have a lot of different decks, and I will say that this is different than depictions of even something with similar names. So, and again, this is actually more of a blue. For whatever reason, it is showing up as white on the actual camera. And anybody who collects decks like myself, you'll see like similar themes that are presented in a lot of different other decks, but I do find the pictures unique. And I notice a nice diversity throughout this particular deck. And that is more like a rainbow, very bright, pretty, kind of like rainbow colors on there. I personally wish when decks were actually being advertised that there was a way to see the fullness of the deck, because sometimes for me, when they just highlight select cards in the deck is what I'm trying to say. I find that at times, once I get the full deck, I'm, not necessarily as satisfied, or so then I sometimes end up having decks in my collection that I never really use, and there might only be a select few of the cards that I really resonate with. And this is actually, it looks like a middle card, but this is actually, like the cover that was used. And okay, here we go. We have gone through, I believe, all 44 of the cards, plus I believe this, I'm not, I'm gonna be so honest with you. I do not know if this is, I think this might just be an advertisement, the gift. And then it has their actual, it looks like website on there, and maybe they're giving out a gift or something when you purchase this deck and you visit the website. So I hope anyone looking or considering this deck will have gotten some insights, even though not the true color scheme, will have an idea whether or not this is actually a deck of interest to add to your collection.